let's roll. Co-pilot on the passenger side, be so fly. Yeah, she so lit, we so high. Just me and my chick, yeah. Just me and my chick, yeah. Co-pilot on the passenger side, be so fly. Yeah, she so lit, we so high. Just me and my chick, yeah. Just me and my chick, yeah. She give me A.
Oh, automatically cheating, right, is what they consider one of these things. Thank you, Marilyn. I appreciate you saying that. My mic wasn't on the whole time, so all that stuff I said for about 15 minutes is crazy that nobody will probably be able to hear, right? But thank you for that. I appreciate you. But no, my point is that whenever we really think about this show. All right, so let me start from the top since my mic was crazy. Now, the subject tonight is about black women feeling like they are not protected by black men. And the fact that it's so much of that going on right now, I'm talking about everywhere. Like the conversation is just all over the place during a time when it's already a lot of fear being pumped up. So it just causing more separation between people. But I think that tonight is going to be good because we can have a real serious conversation. And I hope that all of y'all that can hear me now, right? And then those of y'all that are watching and will watch the playback, that y'all leave comments and stuff, right? I want y'all to leave comments because I feel like this is really important to talk about. And me as a man, I want to make sure that the things I say, because what's going to happen is some women, especially those who get triggered by words and they don't like perspective and they don't want to hear understanding, is going to think about it from me saying it because I'm a man, and you're going to think that or say things like, "Yo, you're supposed to say that," or "You're going to think that way because you're a man." But when it comes down to it, the fact that you are a person that is masculine, or you stand on your word, and you are a person that is firm in what you believe in, and you are a person that follows the vision that God gives you, it comes with a new term nowadays, which they call toxic masculinity. So now, because this new term is being thrown on top of it, you got women who are complaining about men who are not protecting them, who they're calling toxic for trying to protect them, because now a level of protection is almost looked at as if a person is being controlled. I don't get it, because it comes that, right? Like if a person is only looking at a man based on his financial status, like if the woman's security blanket when it comes to a man is only finances, then that's why I can't understand what type of protection they want, because it's so many of them who are saying they don't need a man at all. They don't want a man because the reason why is because when it comes down to finances, they get their own money. And then let's talk about it, because even now it's so many. And the reason why all of these things are popping up, y'all, is because Snap has a whole new revamp of people and how they're going to be getting they food stamps and all that, or the EBT and all that. So now that people got to really work in order to get a certain amount and all this other stuff and this, that, and the third, it's crazy because now they're complaining, and now the women are complaining about the men not being around. But then it's like, yo, what are you talking about? All of the men that women are complaining about are men that been raised by women. And the saddest thing about it is because there's going to be a narrative painting about a lot of men, right? Which is they didn't want to be there, which that is definitely not true. In a lot of cases, there's men be wanting to be in their kids' life. They don't be wanting to deal with the mom. They don't want to go through all that. And the fact that women only want to stick together when they hear the word women. Because now that I'm saying that, is some woman who know that she's not that type of person who's still going to take it personal when it shouldn't be that way. Like as men or as women, we should be able to call out foul personality or foul things that go on in our community. How else can we be corrected, or can go to the next level? Because for all of y'all that's scared about all this food and stuff, the reason why is because you don't get along with anybody. There's no community. If people really got along with each other, they wouldn't be worried about this stuff that's going on out here about, oh, now they ain't got no food, because people would be able to come together, even if it's a small group at a time to start off. But the family is not together. Even people who got big family and all that, they broken up. Some of them don't get along, and this, that, and the third. You got 30 people paying 30 different mortgages and 30 different rents. And, if you kind of just look at things from a perspective, everybody has been forced to just think up for themselves, think about themselves, and feel like they can do it by themselves. So what type of protection are you asking for? Because that's what the real question is. When it comes down to it, ladies, what type of protection, black women specifically, are you asking for from black men? Because if they say, yo, listen, we know you got that body and all that, yo, but what I'm saying is that can you cover that up, or can you just put your cleavage? Can you do this? I mean, it's still going to show, but can you cover that? Can you, do? And then it's like, no, this is me. This is how I am. This is what I've been doing. This is how you met me. So it's like, all these different things come with protection. If men are saying to you they know men, then the number one thing that I know women will say is like, yo, well, I ain't worried about them. I ain't thinking about them, or boom, 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 boom. That's not the point. The point is, if you want a person to have a level of certain situation where they're trying to protect you, you got to be willing to listen all the way around. You can't just pick and choose what you want to listen to, because that's it. And if your number one goal or your number one reason for not fully trusting a man, or finding your way to follow his lead, is based on the fact of cheating, whether you wonder if he's cheating or not, right? Without you really thinking about it. Like, listen, think about it. The person that you like, if you got a man that's about something and got something, listen, other women that are going to be attracted to him, like-minded women like yourself. You can't think about it in a perspective that makes you this particular person different. If you really want to, if you really thinking that it's a lot of men out here that are eligible to lead a family, I'm telling y'all, it's not. And for those of you that keep thinking in your mind that because you're looking on Instagram and Facebook and seeing all these people married and getting and all these different things, and then the number one thing that they always breaking up with is about another a cheating or something. Think about this. Look at Cardi B and all this other shit that happened. Right? She get married. The dude, for some reason, they say he was cheating. She break up with him. He go through all these changes to get her back, just to be broken up with, for her to say he was cheating again. She break up with him, not divorce, get with another dude, get pregnant by another dude, and now she having a baby by another dude while she's still married. So it's like and then it's so many people out here championing that shit. Like, yo, yeah, you got your look back, girl. The same people who are saying, like, yo, they can't get protection from a black man because the number one thing they can't follow his lead and they won't listen to him is because they wondering if he's cheating or not. That's crazy. When are y'all gonna get it, yo? Like, if anybody ever said to themselves they had a smartphone, they wanted to do some research, if they ever said, listen, type in at any given time when in black history or in black civilization where the black culture thrived the most, what were the things that was taking place during those times to help them to thrive the most? Because it's all the same. Don't think about it from a date. A date don't mean nothing. If money was involved, the way people got money and the way people achieved things was all the same. You know what I'm saying? It was all the same. It was no different. So let's not make it seem like, oh, back then they didn't know. They had gold and all that other shit. Yeah, okay. But it was certain things that they had to do. And I wish all of y'all read The Richest Man in Babylon. See, that's the type of stuff when it comes down to families and people who are not able to stick together because they won't take the time to learn how to build the family. Because everybody has this attention of family just being something that you're called or being something that you're related to just because of blood and or it's a person you choose in your life, or if you get married or some shit like that, then that's what you consider your family. But people don't study how to make a family successful. Because if people really understood how to make a family successful, it take more than two people, period. I don't want to hear. Most people are going to sit up here and say, no, my mother and my father did it. They helped. They did all this, struggled to pay for you to go to college and all this other shit. And everything that they had to do, stay in one place for the rest, most of their life. And you just struggle in a routine each and every day just to make sure you was good and take care of you past 18 and do all for all the people that even want to say that. Yeah, right. And then, but for your parents, right? while you were going in school, they still had to maintain the same routine that they did while you were there. It was almost like you was there but not there. It was the same thing because whatever their extra was that went to their lifestyle also went to you in college and all that other shit. So your parents are still, dedicated to this routine almost up until you graduate and get out. Right. And so whenever it comes down to it, you gotta kind of think about it. Like that's still a struggle, either way. Like, yo, when are y'all gonna get it? Y'all gonna have to figure it out at some point. This two people, that two-parent household, all that other shit is not it. It's not gonna work. The village has to come back. Like, you ever think about it, y'all? Like, why? And then it's so many people who put down people who have roommates. I remember for a long time, whenever it come down to it, a person will put down a person to have roommates, especially if you're a man, because women look at men, it's based on finances. They think that, yo, you can't afford it by yourself. Like something wrong with you. Like you can't afford it by yourself. Like the point is not having to pay for it by yourself. That means that you have more. Like, kind of think about that, yo. Why would you want a person to pay out less just to look a certain way for you? But we got so many people with this liability mindset, yo. It's crazy to me. And while all of you black women are out there saying things like, yo, you don't need a man, you don't want a man, you could care less. The men that you had wasn't this, wasn't that. You had babies by him. You did all this other shit. Now they ain't nothing. They ain't never been nothing. They in and out of jail. All these things that they always been. But now you are upset or whatever it is. So now all men are that. But then you don't want men to say all women or something. And that's where it comes down to the miscommunication and why we divided. And versus us just kind of just understanding, yo, listen, y'all, things work out so much better together. And if you are a person that just can't get through to you, like, yo, I get it. Look how many people wasted so much energy. Right? Look how many women got a baby by the same man. And they still back and forth with the same man instead of everybody coming together. It just makes logical sense. Too many people using the word share. Like when it comes down to a relationship, you want to be protected by the black man, then you got to be able to follow a black man's lead. The protection don't just come, it comes from his structure as well too. If a man can structure it where your protection, or if it's a 24-hour group of people or things together, just think about this. Even when it comes down to going to the grocery store, so often if you got children, only one person can go at a time. When every time it need to be two people, because somebody head got to be on the swivel. People got to be able to have each other back, especially when it comes down to women, right? It don't matter what time of the day it is or whatever that thing going on. It just need to be more things where people are not just out here solo and by themselves. Especially not now, y'all coming up to what's getting ready to go on with the holiday season. Women we're telling you things to help protect yourself, but you don't want it. You still doing it. You daring somebody to do it to you. You daring them. Yo, I wish somebody would. Listen, yo, why y'all are running around here screaming at, but at the same time, telling black men what you're not going to do, you're not going to listen and all that. Yo, it's not just me who is telling y'all that's not it. I'm going to share my screen with y'all, because I got a few videos that I want to get through tonight, because I want y'all to get it, man. I want y'all to see it's not just me. And I want y'all to understand something. I'll be honest, man. Like, look, if you want to, that's fine. If that's the way you want to do it, that's fine. If you want to have a badge of honor saying you a single parent, when you're just single as a parent, knowing that you got parents and aunts and uncles and people who help watch your kids, and you be here, you be at the concert, you be this, that, and the third. Some of y'all got children that have a distance in between, so the oldest child wound up being a babysitter. You got help. but you still running around here talking about you a single parent and you're a single mom and all this other stuff. No, you raise your kid. If your kid was in sports and he was dedicated enough to stay in them sports and stay disciplined, and he looked up, if you the father wasn't around, but he looked up to the coach as a father, and that's what helped keep him in line. So that way he did what he needed to do at school, didn't disrespect you, stayed working so he could try to make a better way for himself. That mean that that man that was that coach, even if he ain't in a relationship with you, he helped you. You wasn't a single mom. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot of times where people be wanting to say, hey, my single mom, and not thanking the coaches and not saying, yo, my single mom and the coach. Because the coach is the reason that helped me discipline and stay focused and stay active every step of the way. I mean, that's the truth. So I don't understand it. Whenever people, when whenever people kind of put this together, I want all of y'all to just understand. If y'all don't understand nothing else, man, there is a such thing as context, right? Everything is not meant to be triggering. Everything is not meant to be an argument, yo. For real. Let me share my screen with y'all, man. Because, I just want to see how y'all feel, man. Hold on.
So this is probably going to be very controversial. I feel more safe in a space shared with black men than I feel very unsafe in a space shared by white men. Now, before y'all get your panties in a wad and get all pissed off about this, when I am surrounded by a bunch of white men, I'm constantly looking around. I have no fear in a room full of black men. The reason why, when I go to the movies, I don't worry that a black man's gonna up the movie theater. When I go to my church, I don't worry that a black man's gonna the church. When I go to the mall, I don't worry that a black man's gonna the mall. When I go to my children's school, I don't worry that a black man's gonna the school. Black men will target one or two or three individuals. White men will go schools, movie theaters, churches, your grocery store. So before you say that you're worried about being surrounded by black men, you better think about that.
Yeah. So I don't know what y'all think, because I'm saying while black women are out here saying that black men are not protective, they're not protecting them. You got white women out here who are saying they rather be around black men because they are protective. They don't do certain things, and that's another level of protection. Yes, you have domestic violence in all races, but more so now, what the statistics are showing is domestic violence is at an all-time high in same-sex couples. So that's not even a heterosexual stat no more. That's even high anymore. That's more high in the same sex couples, but that's another thing. But when it comes down to it, y'all, think about it. Only black women are out here saying this about black men because I don't understand what it is, because when the question is asked, okay, what is it that you felt like they need to protect you from? When I asked that question, no, I don't need nobody to protect me from nothing. I could protect my. So it's like protection is that, unless your version of protection is only based on you being provided for. If that's your sense of comfort, if that's the way you can feel comfort and protected is by finances, then I'm trying to figure it out, because more than one person can get to the bag together. It's so much stuff out here, yo. Listen, it's no excuse. Like, it's no excuse. Like, two people or three people or more, like, y'all could get the money. But anyway, I'm not gonna go there, right? Because for the most part, when I start talking that talk, it's gonna go somewhere else. But I want to stick to the topic today because you guys are saying this constantly. You running around here, you're really putting this in the atmosphere. You're saying that black men don't want to be in their children's lives. They don't care about y'all. All they doing is cheating. Y'all all putting all of this stuff on you instead of putting it into the real perspective. Put it there. Let's not be emotional about everything that we have going on. It's okay to be logical. A lot of y'all are single right now. Like, it's not because it's you. I know some of y'all are saying it's by choice. It ain't by choice. It's because the man that you want or the type of man you want either is not on your radar, or you know that they probably got somebody already. So that's why you're saying it's by choice, because the people who are at you or want you or whatever, you don't want them, right? Because you don't get it. That's the point. Just for all you women that want to date, like, for those of you that have that badge of honor, saying, no, I only like to be with one man, da. That's that mentality that you got to understand. There's other women like that. So whenever you have a man that has something going on with himself and he attract more than one woman, you're saying to him, yo, you should not, you know what I'm saying, go over there and be with those other women and all that. I understand what you're saying. It should not happen. But what you're not looking at is the fact that, listen, you're telling him not to be him. So if you're understanding that this is the level of man that you have and this is what comes with it, because think about it, y'all. I said it earlier, it's going to be more as 1,000 people say it. So many people want the same type of person. Most women are dating based on preferences and not standard. You want a man to protect you. You got to be able to follow the man's lead. The protection is not just him standing in front of you, waiting on somebody to break in a house. You know what I'm saying? Like, or his protection is not just being able to pay for this or buy that or whatever. A lot of protection is being able to give direction to, and you able to follow direction. This 50-50 thing is crazy. In a lot of ways, women and men are equal in the house, but then there is a certain place where the man is supposed to be the head. That's his role. It don't change based on finances. Money is only a tool. If you are a woman that make more money than your man, that don't give you a right to disrespect the man based on money. That money don't mean nothing. It's whatever y'all bring together. So whatever you make and then whatever he make, whether it's less than you or not, together is still more. But even in that, you got people who are looking at, oh, it's just me. This is just my shit. But I want to give y'all some more, because I don't want y'all to think that was it, because it's more, right? I want y'all to hear what other people are saying too when it comes down to black women, because I don't want y'all to always think that because I'm a black man, or when black men say stuff like what I'm saying, it's because it's something against y'all, and it really ain't. It's like, yo, we're saying over here, black men are saying over here, yo, let's have the real conversation. You want the honesty, let's be honest. Yo, let fam tell you who Shorty is. Let him tell you, yo, she just, y'all so much alike. If we could be, have the conversation, but you can't do that because why? Immaturity sets in, and why? Selfishness sets in. Why? Because everybody think that it's something for them, but instead of them understanding the nature between men and women, I'm telling you, our nature is totally different. No matter how much people wake up one day and say they want to be the other, it don't make it that. Our nature is totally different, and the way things are, it's the type of men that y'all choose. Understand? That's what choosing him to be the leader. You choose him to be the leader of your house. If a man asks you to marry him, he's asking you to become the part of the helpmeet of his house. So many people was talking about this Bible stuff. I heard that in a lot of the clips of women complaining about men don't do this, that, and the third. And it's like, yo, they talk about what a woman's place is. And it said, yeah, a woman is, in some Bible translations, it's a helpmeet, and other ones it's a helpmate. But in both of them, the word that's synonymous is help. Help. So either it's a helpmate or a helpmeet. If it's a helpmeet, that means it has to help meet the needs of the family. If it's a helpmate, that means it's a person that's helping the person that's helping the family. Help is the key word in that. That's the root word, not whether it's a mate or help meet, whatever way that, whatever version of the Bible you have, if that's what you believe in, because that's what they go into. They say a man, they say he who finds a wife finds a good thing. They say he who finds a wife, not who you find. So what I'm saying to y'all is that that's the point. That's his position all the time, y'all. It don't ever go away. A man's position, if you accept him as your man, as your husband, as your boyfriend, as your whatever, that's what you're saying. Yo, I accept this person to be able to lead me, and I could trust that this person is going to do the right thing. Now, is that who you got with you? No. If you know that, you know that's not what you got, but fam got some change. So you want to keep him in the tuck because fam got some change, and you know it's a certain lifestyle that could come with him, but you really don't love this man like that. It's just he is a sense of security. But you're not listening to him. You ain't really checking for what the man say. You're not really, you know what I'm saying? Because that ain't you're feeling like, yo, I could do it on my own. I'm just here because we hear it all the time, yo. And I'm not saying this is all women. I just want y'all to understand, for those of you that feel this way, what I'm saying is directed to all the women out there directly, especially black women who are saying that black men do not protect y'all and they don't care about you, and all we are is cheaters. I'm talking directly to y'all. I'm not talking, if you are a black woman and you watching this and you will watch this and that ain't you, then this ain't for you. Word. But hold on, let me share my screen again because I don't want y'all to think that that's it. It ain't it. Hold on. Let me get back to something else because you know, y'all, I don't want y'all to think that, y'all. About the way women think about women and what they pay attention. I'm gonna share this one. Let me see what y'all think about this because you know it is what it is.
Women do know how to submit. They just don't like submitting to a man. But when it comes to their job, they'll submit real quick. They'll clock in on time. They'll keep their mouth shut. They'll smile when they don't want to smile and deal with people they don't even like. Why? Because that paycheck got them in check. But the second it comes to love, the second it comes to that man that they say they're in love with, that they respect, that they want to build a life with, oh, it's attitude time. Oh, now it's why I gotta do all that, or you ain't my daddy. And that's backwards because that job ain't gonna lay its life down for you. That job ain't gonna love you. But that man that you refuse to respect, that's the one that would die for you. So answer me this. How is it that you can submit to a boss who don't even give a damn about you, but you can't submit to the man who actually does?
See what I'm saying? So what y'all think? Man, I need y'all to tell me what y'all think in the comments because, like I said, it ain't just men that's thinking this way, right? So that's why I said only some black women, because as you can see, that was a black woman, and this is what she's coming up with, and that's what she feels. And at the end of the day, she's around other black women, so you know she's hearing what everybody is saying, especially the ones in her circle. And that's what she came up with. And it's not just us. That's what I'm telling y'all. It's not just men who are saying this, y'all. It's like other women are peeping the game too. It's just that they don't really get it's hard to get their message through when you got a bunch of people who want to call you names every time you give your truth. You say something that you feel, you go by your standards as a man, you're toxic masculinity. If you're a woman that recognizes the plight of a man, you a pick me. It's like you can't win. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be who you are because people are going to label you just enough for them to just be able to cope or be able to deal with the way that they are. So they're gonna put you down. They're gonna find a way to belittle you or make you out to not be something in order for them to feel okay about themselves, because they don't want to change. But they the ones that's by themselves. Well, if they not, they still getting cheated on, because how many women who are saying to themselves they got a dude that they just go out to eat, they take him out, he fly him out here and there and all that other shit, and that's what she do. Like, he ain't got other people around, and he doing the same thing for her. You still getting cheated on. You left a man that took care of you, talking about he cheated, and he ain't never miss a beat. It's just the fact that I guess you found out, but he ain't never miss a beat. He was still doing everything. You wasn't lacking in no way. You just got this so-called intuition thing that you saying, and then you figure something out. Now you're not with the man, but then you go pick another dude who you know got other women. Because every time you go through a stage with a person before you lock in with them, and before you decide to sleep with them, you still ain't in a relationship with them, and they ain't in a relationship with you up until you decide to make something official. So even during that time, you're still one of. It's so backwards. It's so backwards based on immaturity, yo. It's so backwards. So that's all I'm saying. It's like, yo, when is it going to click? It's going to have to click. At some point, it's going to click, right? Hold on. I got more for y'all, because it ain't just that. I don't want you, listen, I don't want y'all to just take it from me in a sense of it that I'm just popping shit. I'm telling y'all. Hold on. I got something else for y'all. This is from another woman. I'm saying this is what she's saying about women. I'm just saying. Hold on.
We tell men what they ought to do and they go do it. But if we tell women what they ought to do and what they should do, they go insane and they think you're being misogynistic. So it's like, men, you need to go to work. You need to make a lot of money. You need to provide. You need to get married. You need to have kids. Women, you can do whatever you want. You're fine. We're told you can be completely dependent on a man, or you can go be independent. You can start an OnlyFans. You can make a ton of money in your career. That's not the way that marriage works, truly. But a marriage is two people codependent on each other. Like, my husband and I are dependent on each other. It's not I'm dependent on him and he's completely independent. Like, no, we have our roles in a marriage for a reason. We also have a very strong commitment to each other. So yes, there is a lot of trust. It's like, I trust my husband with everything in me, and he does the same for me. And it wouldn't be able to work if that wasn't the case.
So I'm saying in so many words, I'm trying to put it in a perspective where y'all getting these videos in a way where I want it to be coming from different perspectives. It's from people who are not in a relationship, people who are married, people who are in a relationship. It's just that all of these are different perspectives. I picked these particular videos for a reason, because of the different perspectives that it's coming from. It's not just coming from one certain type of person, right? But I wanted to show the ones that came from women personally, because of the fact that it's so many women that are speaking from that perspective. And it's like, no, I know it's just meant to look like it, because the ones who got the most mouth are the loudest, or the ones who are the most emotionally triggered are the loudest. The women who understand and the women who are in a certain vibration, they are doing videos like the last two you just saw, where they're not yelling, they're not upset, they're in their regular speaking tone, they're just in their feminine ways, and they're just speaking from a place of confidence, not from a place of, doubt or nothing at all. And that's what I'm saying. And on the other videos, when it comes down to, it's, the men getting cussed out. The men ain't shit. The men ain't this. They ain't got that. They this, they that. They do that. You know what I mean? Like, it's really crazy how it's just the narrative is. And I'm at a point now where it's like, yo, if you really want the truth, then I think that's what most men need to just really start doing. Just start being 1,000% truthful. Because if you lose somebody off the truth, I don't think it's no better than keeping somebody off of a lie. Like, one is better than the other. Like, I don't get that. Like, if you tell a person, if you lose somebody because of the truth, I mean, I guess they wasn't never meant to be in your life. But if you keep somebody based on a lie, then you forcing them to be there. That's just weird to me. I don't know. Y'all tell me if y'all what y'all think, because I'm not sure. It's just that just came to me just now. Like, is that what we doing out here? Like, Like people are really living in that particular space right now where we just, I don't know. Y'all tell me. I don't know, but I got more. Let me give y'all some more before we got, because I want to make sure I get through these tonight. You know what I mean? Because, you know, it is what it is. I don't want y'all to think, like I said, it's just me. Just me talking. All right, so let's go here.
Black women are the only race of women who literally will sit and talk about black men. You don't hear the Chinese women talking about Chinese men and the shit they do wrong. You don't hear Hispanic women talking about Hispanic men. You don't hear Arab women talking about Arab men. And you definitely really ever see white women talking about white men. All these other races of women will literally do anything they can to protect their race of men, except for black women. And I just don't fucking understand why. Black women grew up hating their black fathers, and that's the fucking reason why they hate black men.
So, another opinion from a woman, right? It's perspective. So whenever a person gets upset, that's why I say when having these conversations with people, it's like it's very hard to have conversations with people who are emotional and they get triggered, because these are the type of things what we're saying. It's a perspective. Like even with her at the end saying that women grew up hating their black fathers. Well, they were taught to hate their black fathers, and then there were some black fathers who just wasn't shit. You get what I'm saying? Like it's not that it wasn't one or the other. And then it was some guys who are being called the father who is really not the father. It's a man right now who are being blamed for neglecting a child that is really not his. The mom is just saying it's his. Have y'all? Because if y'all think I'm lying, man, all you gotta do, if you the thing with what is the joint called? Maury and the other joint, Paternity Court. Do y'all know it's way more episodes of both of those of You're Not the Father than it is You Are the Father? Have y'all ever thought about that? Have y'all really thought about that, right? Like, and then you know what's so crazy? And in some of the other court shows, like divorce court or like couples court, they do DNA readings in there sometimes. Judge Mathis, Judge Judy. They don't; those places don't really focus on it, no, but they do them on there sometime too, and they got them too. You are not the father. And then the dude, they talk so crazy about this guy, everything about him, and then boom, come down to it. You are not the father. All of that for nothing. And let me tell y'all something, man. That's what a lot of people are going through right now that they don't even know. They just sitting up here mad at a person, hating a person that was trying. And then the person don't even know if they really the dad or not. And then if a person really just believe it in their heart, because a lot of men don't want to believe that the woman did that to them. A lot of us don't. Our pride and our ego work both ways. It don't just work whenever it feel like we just want to be looked at some type of way. It worked the other way too, because we love women based on this right here, man. The way we think about y'all. Why you think that we don't ever want to think that that's what you did, yo? So we most of the time men accept it, except for those who've been blamed before. Most men, that went through something or somebody that they know. And it wound up being not the father. Shit, yeah, they're going to get DNA tests off top, especially if they know the woman is moving around with other people. But then you got those men that don't know the woman is moving around with other people, because like I said, she not really there with him because she really feeling him like that. She with him because financially he's secure, right? Because in a lot of instances, that's what men are only looked at for. That's why most women, when they get money, they don't find a man and pull him up. It don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't on her level at that particular point, yo. She ain't coming to pull you up. You look at all the movies. Even think about Pretty Woman. Remember all these movies? What happened? Richard Gere. What was he? He's a millionaire. He messed around and hanging out with the prostitute. Found out she was really dope. She was fly. You know what I'm saying? She was really a good person. Wound up falling in love with her, changed her life, knowing that she been out there giving that thing away for a price, and he still ain't cared. Think about the movie Indecent Proposal. The man sit up here and paid the people in front of him just to be with his wife, and then look what happened. Like, I'm telling y'all, men that got money, they don't look at the same thing that women who got money do. They don't look down on people. Like, the men who got money, they look down on another man, but they don't look down on women that don't got money. When women got money, they ain't. Yo, they think they supposed to be the boss at work, the boss at home. Like, it's crazy how that go. And I'm not speaking about all women. I'm saying there are some women who have that mentality. Like, yo, like, you bugging. That don't mean nothing, because none of that money, you can't pull that money out to stop you from somebody coming in this door that want to harm you if somebody want to kick in the door. That money ain't going to help you. And then now talking about a 10, if they just thought that you would give it to them, they just walk up on you and ask for it. If a person is going to mug you or do something to take, they're going to take it from you. They're not coming for permission. So it ain't going to help you. And I know some of you ladies got guns and all that other shit, and I get that. Look, I'm not saying, that's why I say some women, because I get it. There's always an exception to every rule. Some of y'all ladies, somebody run down on y'all if they want to, they're getting popped. And I wish all women were like that. You get what I'm saying? Because that makes sense. And I respect that. But what I'm saying to you is that that's still a level of protection. That's still something you don't want to go through on your own just because that happened. Because a lot of times in home invasions, it be more than one person invading the house. You get what I'm saying? So it's still a level of more whenever you have more. The more, the better. The more fortified. The more resources. That's just what it's about. Let me get through these last couple of videos, y'all, so we could get, you know what I'm saying, we could bust a move. But, you know, a lot of y'all are watching, but y'all being quiet. I don't know. You know, the comments are wide open. I don't know why people are not commenting. I mean, what is it? I can't be triggering anybody because I'm speaking from a perspective. I'm showing y'all videos of other people's, their perspective. So it shouldn't be anybody triggered. It should be people commenting, you know, at least saying like, yo, something. But, you know, it is what it is at this point. But, you know, I hope people getting it. All right, so it's this one thing that I did want to show, right? But I think this one is a little bit more. I think I'm gonna hold out on that one because I'm gonna show it. You know what? I'm gonna show it. Why not? It's not me talking.
I'm sorry, but my son will not be dating a black girl. He will not. Because yesterday we went to Six Flags, and when I tell you the pure level of disgust that I saw in these black girls that you independent queens are raising is purely disgusting and disturbing. I literally left early because my kids was looking like, what the hell is going on? And this is in the Bay Area, California. These girls, all of them unsupervised, in packs, unsupervised, no supervision, just running amok in the theme park. Multiple fucking fights break out, multiple. And I'm just like, okay, the police had to start patrolling the fucking park because these little bitches couldn't keep their hands to themselves. One little bitch about 12 years old talking about some, oh, fuck Jeremy, his small anyway, don't want to meet me. What do you mean it's small anyway? Girl, you are 12 to 13 years old. And then these other girls like, ooh, boo, boo, boo. And these dudes are like, y'all are hella chopped. Y'all are hella, it wasn't even the black boys. It was the girls. The girls was fighting, multiple fucking fights. Fucking parking lot shut down from fucking them little motherfuckers fighting. And then this white lady asked her not to talk like that. Her and her friends trying to fight the white lady. I'm like, just no self-respect, no fucking home training. And I see why, and I've seen a lot of And when I seen the black boys that was with the white girls coupled up, looking cute, I seen the Mexican kids, I seen the Asian. Only ones outside acting a fucking ass was the black girls. And I'm specifically saying black girls. There was no black boys acting an ass. It was the black fucking girl. Oh, fuck that bitch. She bumped into me. You are 16 years old. Calm down. When I tell you, you bitches are raising little miniature fucking single fucking baby mamas, that's what the fuck y'all raising. Because them little motherfuckers don't respect themselves. They don't respect nobody else.
I mean, she cussed everybody out, literally. But like I said, that's her perspective. This is coming from people, like I said, hearing so much of black women say all of these things about black men. This is why I wanted to do this show tonight. This is why I wanted to make sure that I got this off, because listen, me personally, I am tired of it. I'm sure it ain't gonna stop no time soon, but I am not the one for it. I'm not gonna argue with nobody over that. You know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna argue with a woman over that perspective ever. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. I'm gonna say how I feel, but I'm not gonna argue with you over it, because listen, all the videos that I showed tonight, it came from a perspective, right? It came from a perspective, and they were all women, right? And I wanted to show y'all that on purpose, because that's what this is about. Because, and so if you want to really, really put it out there, y'all, if we're gonna fix or if we're gonna change the way that our relations are in our community, we gotta first be honest and have the conversations. You got to think about it. Not only is she's talking about just the girls that's being raised by the single moms, but listen, the men, these very same men that y'all are complaining about are the ones being raised by single women too. So if you are thinking that you could do it by yourself, it's so much better with only you and everything is about you, you will never get it if you don't understand what the role of a man is. It's a role that we have to play. It's there. And then y'all got so much superpowers. Let me just tell y'all, man, y'all women out there don't even understand the superpowers that y'all hold, man. That like, just based on agreements, respect will get you man, it will get you so much further in a relationship than being combative, trying to be controlling, trying to be equal, trying to be dominant because of what you thinking, right? Like, it'll get you so much further in anything you need to do in your personal life if you would just understand those particular things. Like, your femininity is your superpower. When a person is saying submit, they're not saying be the man's slave. They're saying you got to submit to the leadership. So if you don't feel a need that you can submit to the man's leadership, then you shouldn't be with the man. But that's what the submission is. The submission is not being in position so you can be somebody's slave or you somebody's servant. That's not what being submissive means in the relationship. Submissive means that you are being submissive to the direction and the leadership of the man. The leadership, the direction, y'all. Not you don't have a say so, not that you don't help contribute to what different things are. You're not part of the business. You don't help build. None of that. That's why it says help meet or help mate, both help the leadership. Help the person that you decided to put in that position. Women, y'all choose him when you say I do. Yes, that's what that thing is. If not that, then whenever you say I do be with you, I do marry you, I do whatever. Whatever that comes after that or before that, all that together, that's what you're saying about the man in your life. So if you are watching this, if you have a man in your life, if you don't, look around, look at him. Is he the leader? Is he leading the house? Does he have direction? Is he making sure that y'all are doing more than just worrying about today? Because all we get is today. Every last one of us. It's all we get today. Tomorrow, we don't get tomorrow till it get here. And yesterday is gone. We don't get it no more. So all we get is the time that we're in. So if there's not a person that's not worried about the person that's coming behind them, then that's a problem. Like, yo, if we got children, our children shouldn't be struggling like us. Look how many generations of people growing up in the projects. That's a bunch of generations of people who only thought about themselves. So that's what need to change. Right? That's what need to change. So many people of different generations of people who just thought about themselves, and that's it. And that's why they in those positions just by themselves, because people stop putting the community first. And then that's it. So listen, I hope that y'all got something out of tonight's show, right? Because listen, y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you. I know for a fact that women in general, black men in general, protect all women. Not all black men, right? Because we understand. Because remember, whenever them kids from Charlotte went down to Mexico and the little girl wound up, being unalived, with going down there with her so-called friends. I forgot her name. I don't want to mess her name up. But whenever that happened, it was a guy there. They say he was part of the community, but he was still there. And he didn't protect her. He didn't stop that from happening to her. He was part of it. So that's what I'm saying. If you want a man to protect you, you got to listen to him. If you want a man to protect you, that's really what it's about, you really want black men to protect you, make sure you pick the right man that you can follow his leadership in. Because protection is more than just being able to, like I said, stand in front of a bullet or stand in front of a knife. Protection also means you got to be able to listen to what the man is saying. Protection also means that you got to be with the plan of the family. So if you got a man and his plan is to own multiple businesses and have multiple streams of income, you can't be sitting up here always talking about your job and making it seem like your job is the most important. That ain't it. You got the wrong man. You chose the wrong leader, and it's okay, right? Because a man that is a leader, he's going to find the right person is there. Sometimes other people be in the way. But if your job is king to you because of how much you making or how many degrees you got and all that, you need a man whose job is his king. So y'all could be in a routine, right? So y'all could use PTOs and all of these different things. Ask permission to live your life. That's what you want. If you coming on with another person who is such as myself, who don't want to be in no position where he got to ask a person for a PTO day. Oh, can I be off? Or, oh, I don't feel good. Can I stay home? Or I got to do this in order for me to do that. Or I'm a few minutes late. I got to make up time. Like, yo, like we all got these things where we want to be dedicated to somebody else more than ourselves. And that's what I'm saying. If you were a person that's with, like me, who's in that space, and that's not you, then it ain't gonna work. So that's what I'm saying. It's the man that you ladies choose, and remember, it's not a lot of them that's gonna have a plan. It's gonna be a bunch of dudes who just gonna go to work. That's it. So that's what you gonna get, if that's what you want. But if there's more to your life than that, if you're a person who is saying, and it's more to it. It has nothing to do with it. Money is a tool. We use money to go bring back more money. That's all money is. It's a tool. It's not, it's it. It's no different than a screwdriver. You can use a screwdriver to unscrew. You use money to buy groceries or pay for gas. It's a tool. That's it. So the way people be trying to put money in a place where it's like, yo, whatever, man, it's freedom. That's what we all should be facing, or at least looking for, is freedom, y'all. And if having more finances or multiple streams of income can help equal us or lead us to that freedom, that's the vibe. The vibe should be freedom. Y'all know that? No, they said that we ain't in slavery no more. We're not working for free anymore, but we still on plantations. We still going to jobs every day. We still afraid that whether they're going to fire you or not. People are still putting all this effort into a place and respecting a place, like that girl said in that video about everybody love their job and they boss it to a place that will get rid of you in a heartbeat. Some of y'all are going all out kissing asses of people who are going to replace you in a few. No dedication to you. They're not loyal to you. There's no job loyal to you. No matter how you want to look at it, they're not loyal to you. They'll replace you in a heartbeat. And they'll bring somebody in younger, and they'll bring somebody in they don't got to pay as much, especially if you got some tenure. Listen, none of that matters. So look, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I hope y'all got something out of tonight's show. Word up. Really wasn't no comments, even though I seen a bunch of people jumped on. I take it that happens. So yeah. But listen, next week I got a psychic coming on. Yeah. I got a psychic coming on next week. So we're gonna be talking about some things, yo. So I want y'all to tune in next Tuesday. All right, live 8 p.m. right here. I want y'all to stay tuned, okay? Because next week's show gonna be crazy. We're gonna get into some things. We're gonna figure out this psychic thing. Like what makes a person psychic? How do they know that they psychic? And how do they know what they seeing and hearing is real? And all of these other things. Now, y'all know I've had other psychics on before, but they not all been psychic. Some been spirit mediums, and some been people who allow spirits to enter them and speak through them. I've had all types of people. I'm telling you, the platform I done had all kind of people, and I'm open to those type of conversations. So I want y'all to join me next week, okay? And let's see. Hold on, y'all. I forgot because the topic was so hot. I want y'all to go out there, check out Kill No One Part 1. Y'all know the vibes. Kill No One Part 2, and also the Stormed In series that's out right now for all the content that we're rolling. I want y'all to continue to support your boy because it's out there. Make sure that y'all check out the Good Feels brand, all right? For those of y'all that like to get yourself in the mood without alcohol, I mean, that's what it's for. So I want y'all to check them out. Make sure y'all click the link in the description. Use my code ROT1 for 20% off your purchase, okay? And that's what the vibe is, all right? If you're a business, if you have a product, if you have an event coming up and you want to lock it in and you do something on a monthly basis and you want to keep making sure, y'all got to go check me out, man. We getting thousands of views. We moving around and, you know, I'm not limited to no one place or market. So come holler at me if that's what you want to do. You know what to do. You can just hit me up at sparkingconversation@gmail.com and you can put in the subject line, yo, I want to the marketing, the $10 a month marketing plan, and we'll set you up and get it popping. All right. So other than that, man, I definitely appreciate y'all tuning in. I appreciate y'all tuning in each and every week. I appreciate all of y'all that watch the playback and all the clips. And y'all just help keep this platform rolling. So until next week, I want y'all to hold it down out there, stay fly, and remember, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. So until next week.